Hi everyone, my name's Jenny and I'm here with Dixie Andelin Forsyth for A Feminine Moment. And we decided to have a fun topic today to discuss. So I was looking on our closed Facebook group, Dixie, and I found this question from Luann. And she said, I'd be interested in your daily morning schedule, as well as afternoon and evening. I know everyone is different, but I think we can gain ideas about how to be better organized on our day-to-day living by listening to others.
That's a fun thing.
Yeah.
And even, you and I will be different.
Sure.
Well, your husband works out of town a lot, so your schedule is, not everybody has that, where you're alone for a few days and then he's there for a few days.
That's true. So this week, but normally my morning schedule, I'm up 5 or 6 a.m. at least.
Yeah, you're an early bird.
I like the 5 a.m. time. And then coffee, schedule the day, of course, planner. Everybody knows that I'm a planner girl. You got to do the planner. And then I might even have a class I'm teaching. Like this morning was 7:30 a.m. class because of students overseas.
Oh, you left out something very important.
What?
Self-care. Get up in the morning.
Well,
okay,
I do. Yes, of course, before the class.
Because some of our ladies act like they don't have time for self-care. So, okay,
you're right. To me, it's like, actually, the first thing I do, okay, you're getting detailed. That's good, Dixie.
Well,
I make the bed. I'm half asleep when I make my bed because I cannot stand the feeling of walking into my room after I've had my coffee and the bed's unmade. It just sets me off. So I make the bed, go into the bathroom, wash the face, hair. I stay in my jammies while I have my coffee and quiet time, though. That's true. I don't get dressed until like a half hour before I'm like have to do my day, and I come in my office. But before I get work in here, I put on my essential oils, lights are on. This is if Jeff's not here, right? And I set my atmosphere in my office, and I think that women should do that too, in your living room or wherever. Like part of your morning schedule could be light a candle in the living room, put on music, classical music or whatever, and set the environment with lighting and music and aroma. Okay. So then where's breakfast, right? Because I would do something very simple. Jeff does not eat breakfast, so protein shake, oatmeal, something simple, because we have larger lunches.
Okay. We can. Bob and I don't do large lunches because he's not here. But for lunch.
I'd add one thing though, because then I start cooking in the morning too. I just set it all up so it's already, that way I can, something's done already for lunch or dinner. Starts in the morning for me.
I don't get up at 5. I usually get up about 7.
Yeah.
And I often put a load of laundry in. And if we have visitors, of course, I don't do that first thing. I get ready first thing. But I put a load of laundry in if there is one. Do
you do laundry every morning? Do you feel like you need to do
it? I do it about 3 times a week. When our kids were all growing up, I would do it every day.
Oh yeah, every day. Now it's
and I will. This is the thing. I don't wash the dishes when I get up because I always do that stuff the night before.
I love that you mentioned that. We do not go to bed with a dirty kitchen ever. That's a big tip.
It's depressing. It's depressing. It's better to stay up till midnight and wash your dishes and make sure. So you walk in your kitchen, turn on the light, and
yeah. But you might. The only thing with me is sometimes I have to empty the dishwasher in the morning. So as the coffee's brewing, empty the dishwasher.
Emptying the dishwasher is no big deal, but.
Right.
I don't empty the dishwasher at night. It's sometimes still going.
Right.
So then so after that, if like this morning, Bob had to go out of town to a clinic. So I made him some breakfast. I don't like eating first thing. I'm not hungry. So I make him something and then I go get ready. I look around. Every time I go through a room, like that's the living room behind me, I look and scan if there's something I need to do. Mm-hmm. And as I go through every room, and then I make like you, I make a list the night before what I need to do. So my routine is to get up, take care of Bob first, get dressed, and this women having trouble with self-care. I think a lot of it is probably habits and
formation.
It isn't time. It isn't really time. It's organization. Because you can you can get up, and I wash my hair every day. Not everybody does. If you don't, it's faster. But I like the feeling of a clean head, so I always do it. And then makeup, I always do that.
We are big on makeup.
I don't usually decide what I'm going to wear the night before, but some women do. I have to look at the weather because it's not that reliable. I don't always know what it's going to be.
True.
And then I do any morning cleaning. Sometimes I make all my own bread, but I make several loaves, so I freeze the rest.
We have to do a video on that.
I'm going to. You suggested a few days ago that I do.
I do have your mother making the bread.
I know. I wish it was a better video.
I know. I'm going to work on it. But you make bread every day, or how often?
Not every day, because it doesn't make sense to make it every day. I make a big batch and freeze most of it.
Okay, like how many?
So I make it maybe once a week.
Okay.
But I'm going to teach you how to make this recipe that all my grandkids love. It's called, well, one of them calls it Grammy bread. It's the only bread she will eat, and so I think it'd be fun to do a video on how I do it, because if any of you who make bread or don't make bread, whatever, notice I have never found rolls that you buy in a store that can even touch homemade ones, and I don't know why. Maybe it's the preservatives, because it's not hard to make them, and they're so great. And they make.
What do you call them though? What Grammy rolls, right?
Grammy bread. That's what
Grammy bread.
My granddaughter calls them Grammy bread, and she's super picky. And I started making rolls. I have a Sunday. Everybody who lives in this area, whose family is invited for dinner, and I always, or anytime I make a dinner,
I think I've had that at your house.
I always make rolls, because I know that grandkids, even if they think the main dish looks kind of weird, they will eat rolls.
Mm-hmm.
So I know they won't go away hungry. So I always make Grammy bread.
Those are amazing.
Rolls. And they're not hard once you get the right recipe. And I think sometimes it isn't just a recipe. You have to know how to do the recipe. Mm-hmm. So I'll do a video, because I helped one of my daughters with this one. Her rolls just weren't, her bread rolls weren't turning out right. So I got on a video and we did it together. She on video chat, me on video chat.
Okay.
And I discovered she was putting too much flour. And you don't know that until you watch them do it. So I think the key to making really good bread is to have it slightly sticky.
Okay.
Every bread recipe I have, and there's probably some that I haven't.
We have to, that will be our next one. So bread for you would be once a week. So what chores, I think daily cleaning for us.
I always do daily touch-ups. I don't do deep cleaning every day. Daily touch-ups. I do, and of course, we're different than some people because we do fasting womanhood. So the routines, nobody's going to be interested in that, what we do there. Like what we're doing now. And I have a list of things I have to shop for.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
My work is fasting womanhood, so I don't have to go to some office somewhere. And even when fasting womanhood gets bigger, I tell Bob, I want to do it out of our house. I don't want to have to drive somewhere.
We have gotten spoiled. I know I am, to have to work outside of the home.
I don't want to go out. And it's winter here in the United States, and I don't want to go out there. No. So it saves gas too.
I have to vacuum almost every day or every other, but I have animals. I have a dog and 2 cats.
Right. So you have that you take care of. I do my normal thing. I sew. So sometimes I have a sewing project right now. Huh?
But I was just saying, ladies who are writing this down, schedule time in your day for your hobby.
And hobbies are good. They make you feel creative. So right now, since I finished my book, finally, after only 4 years, I'm now indulging myself and letting myself make another clock.
I love it.
It's a grandmother clock, and it's going to be a fasting womanhood clock.
Point to the one behind you so they kind of know, because we can see the big one there.
And I can't see it very well. It's in the corner there.
Yeah.
It's a huge one. It's huge. It's like 7 feet tall.
Yes.
This one isn't that big. It's a grandmother clock. That's a grandfather clock.
Okay.
And I'm making it. It's going to have the Fasting Womanhood logo on it. It's going to have. I just want to do it a fun one. It's going to take me a long time because I have to do it with Fasting Womanhood. So anyway, work on your hobby, something creative.
Work on something creative. Okay.
You need anything as big as a clock, and then I think about what I'm going to cook for Bob.
I think that's fun to think about. I always think, oh, how can I make Jeff happy today? I know his favorite foods, and I just think it's fun.
It's fun, and nowadays with crock pots, if you're really busy otherwise, it's so easy. And then at night, I always plan to spend time with him, alone time. Either we watch a show together, or we spend time just visiting, or...
Was that your maintenance man?
No, I'm sorry. It was sorry, it was UPS.
Oh, that's okay. Hey,
someone knocking on the door.
About these feminine moments is we are very in the moment, and we live in. My husband may interrupt if he was here today. You know, my dog sometimes interrupts, and I have to take her out.
That's the way it is, because we're multitaskers, and we're doing this multitasking when we have to.
When do you start cooking dinner?
Bob likes to eat early, so it depends when he's home too, but probably around 4. He likes to eat by 5.
Yeah, Jeff's a late eater, so I have to usually have tea, what I call tea, because I have to have a snack at like 4 or 5, because I won't make it till he wants to eat, which is usually like 7:30, and I would like to eat with him. You
adapt it to according to what your schedule is and what your husband's schedule is. Like your husband is home right now, I understand. So
yeah. I love having soups, by the way, and you can freeze them. And what if I kind of take the week off from cooking, sort of, because I'm alone. But I love making soups this time of year. So you can start that in the morning.
There's so many good ones. Oh, gosh.
I like just creating my own.
Yeah.
Like with what I've got, I made the best soup yesterday. So that's fun. To me, that's creative and resourceful. I'm using I grocery shop tomorrow, so my fridge is empty.
Well, another thing you can do during your day is think about things you can do to improve your home, your atmosphere in your home.
All right, let's talk about that. Decorating. Once it's clean, once it's organized.
Yeah,
organizational projects.
Like,
I think every day declutter something.
Yeah, there's always something. Because even in your kitchen, even if you've gone through all your cupboards, in a few months, things kind of get a little bit disorganized again. It just sort of happens. Yeah. So you can find one drawer to declutter.
Yeah.
You can also do things like, does this room, like this room that I'm in right now is the dining room. I've made wax figures. I stopped making them because I didn't have space in my house for all of them. I thought, now what do I do with this one? So one that's in the corner here, I took and put her under plastic and put her downstairs because she's just been there a long time and I'm tired of it.
I think you have to freshen up a room every once in a while. I just did that in the second bedroom.
The wax figure, it was a maid over here in the corner, and I either have to give her all new clothes or put her downstairs for a while. I don't have time to make all new clothes for her right now. So
after your clock, you will.
She's in retirement at the moment. I put something else, so you can think about, do I need to rearrange this room to make it a new look or something like that?
If something broken needs to be fixed. I was just our refrigerator door handle broke, so I went online, I found a replacement, and I replaced it.
So these routines can include lots of things because we're required to do lots of things, but the routine generally is self-care first in the morning, and then there's always some self-care at night, getting ready for bed, taking off makeup, all that stuff.
Oh yeah, that's a big one. Let's before I do the dinner and all of that, though, I take about 15, maybe 30 minutes and put my feet up, have a cup of tea or whatever. I really rest a little bit in the afternoon.
When you can. Now, we're at a stage where our kids are grown. For people who they might say, I don't have 15 minutes.
But even if you're home with, when I had my kids, we had quiet reading time, or we did, if they were past the napping stage, that there was time in the afternoon, no TV, just, I called it quiet reading time. A lot of times they did fall asleep.
Yeah, you can do that. And sometimes because I'm in the era where Sesame Street, I would watch Sesame Street.
They still have that on.
Not the old cool ones.
I know, those were the best.
Those original ones were the best.
Your maintenance guy, or what's it? He just walked me.
Corey. Yeah, Corey. I should say hi. He's great, yeah.
So you had a task to do in your home, you delegated it because you couldn't do it yourself. So that's the other thing. That's a big part of being a domestic goddess.
This is a dryer. I'm not fixing my own dryers.
No.
Okay. I think,
You are ready to wrap it up?
Yeah.
We could talk forever about this.
I know, this is a fun subject.
It is. Thank you, Luann, for this question. It was fun, and we'll follow up with it. So everybody watching, please like, comment, and share, and keep those questions coming. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.